So, I'm in a particularly silly mood today. um, but I think it's because I want to adopt that into my everyday lifestyle to just be sillier. I'm already relatively a pretty silly person as it is, but, um, you know, it's just this life is too short. I mean, the suffering is long. But the joy seems to be fleeting, and so I kind of want to revel in it more. Become this star, have this star energy, just embody a better sense of wonder. Oh, weird. Some of these are, I guess I'll take that one, but some of these are interesting. Like, what is that called? The face of the card, right? Face card, and then I don't know. Page of Wands. I don't know. Yeah, I'm ready to learn. Okay, then for this deck we got the Seven of Wands. I'm feeling like I've been fighting a lot lately, I guess, for maybe a defense. Oh, Five of Wands, a competition. I think I've been feeling like I have people to compete with. So maybe you're not feeling up for it. There's something you can't see. Eight of Swords. Maybe you're blindfolding yourself to your true meaning and what you truly are you gonna come out of accomplish, what you truly can accomplish and what you're meant to accomplish. Maybe right now you're kind of shying away from that, or you're staying shut in and you're more in this Seven of Wands, Five of Wands energy. And you're thinking the only thing to save you is the justice of another, the justice of validation from others, this justice that is external. Yeah, you're taking on all of that burden yourself and feeling so emotional about it. You are just full of constant anxiety, it feels like. Oh, heartbreak. You're thinking these negative things because of this heartbreak that happened. And it's almost making you defensive, a bit naive, and almost, I think, a reluctance to detach the proper way. But a spark is on its way, okay? Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. So something new and empowering for you in the material world you're gonna have a spark with, and it will lead you. Beware though, don't do anything by all means necessary. Let's see. Trust in fate, believe in fate. Everything will come to you in due time and how it's meant to. That was the 420 Tarot. There's the information. Those cards are so wacky. Okay, and then this one I love so much. Squid Cake. The Sun. It makes me very happy. I love this Sun card. Delirious. I am very happy today. I thrifted this crow sweatshirt. Cost me $11. Are you fucking kidding me? Here, I'll show you the back. Like, are you kidding? I'm not kidding, actually. Such a good day. Yeah, I have a clothing swap I'm going to on Sunday. I'm gonna bring this hat because it's just I'm wearing it now because it's so comfortable, so comfortable. But I've got a lot of different animal hats, and this one's kind of just like generic. I have a lot of teddy bear things too, and so it's like, you know, I could bring some to let other people. Knight of Wands. Yeah, have other people use for creative outfits. And this could be my goodbye to this hat. Me seeing myself for the last time in it right now. But what do we need to hear? What do we need to hear? What do we need to hear? Batons. So we got the Knight of Batons already, which is Wands in this deck. And then we got the 8 of Wands in this deck. So, oh my god, it keeps flipping all around out of my hands. So, is it slow? Is it fast? Is something coming in quickly, not quickly? We got 7 of Swords and 9 of Swords. Our nightmares. I don't know if you've been having some weird dreams lately. The past couple of days I've been having like really strange dreams that feel real. I'll just like wake up immediately and like feel a sigh of relief. But in this dream, I was with a friend of mine, and so this shows, you know, that in our dynamic, I think I feel a little bit powerless, and I feel like she's mostly in control when it comes to, you know, just dictating pretty much everything about our relationship. And so in this dream, she was kind of just like watching me, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? I feel like my tooth is falling out. My tooth is falling out. And I was like, in the dream, I was kind of like freaking out. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Like, it's gonna fall out. It's gonna fall out. And in the dream, she was like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're fine. It's not, if it falls out, it falls out. It's not gonna fall out, you know? Like, just so, like, an arrogant energy. And in the dream, I must have been touching my tooth with my tongue while I was sleeping, because I could feel my tongue, like, feeling it. And this sense of, you know, when you were a child and you lost a tooth and you know how sharp the bottom of the tooth was, my tongue felt the sharpness of the bottom of the tooth. And then almost like that air pocket inside of the bottom of the tooth and inside my gum. And I was about to like freak out. And then I woke up and I was like, thank the Lord. But it's so weird to me that I felt it. Like, even when I woke up, the memory of what losing a tooth felt like, and like what the memory of what that felt like to me. Maybe it was so traumatizing when I was younger, or maybe I have a weird sick fascination with it or something. I have no idea, but the feeling completely flooded back to me, and I woke up and I was like heart racing, like so I would say that I don't know if you've been having, and that's just normal. You know, people have those tooth kind of dreams all the time. The dreams before and after it were very bizarre, and the dreams last night, and you know, when I take naps recently, everything's been so strange. So I think this is saying there's a deception there. There's something, there's 4 of Pentacles, there's something you're holding on to. King of Cups. Okay, 4 of Coins and King of Cups. So there's something you're holding on to regarding the way somebody else feels. That feels like all of these want to come out, but that's quite a lot. Let's just take these 2. 8 of Swords, we just got that. Yeah, there's something we don't know. There's something we're telling ourselves about this King of Cups that I don't think is true. 9 of Cups. It either relates to the fact that we think that we need them, or we're thinking that they don't need us. Let's see, what else do we need to hear? Some sort of confirmation on that. The Fool and 4 of Swords. Okay, so we haven't been getting good rest. We need to get good rest in order to think clearly and have a better understanding of the situation, and I think more of an open spirit to what's actually happening and what's going on. Queen of Wands, our imagination. Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups, our imagination is going wild. We are not thinking about this from a pragmatic standpoint, a logical standpoint. We are thinking about this from purely an emotional standpoint and letting our anxieties run the show. We are very much planting those seeds of anxiety inside ourselves, and now they've grown into full-blown, what's the opposite of idealizations? Okay, then we got another queen. We got another queen and another ace. I think we might be done with this then. So then we got Queen of Swords. So as we were saying earlier, so we need, I think, to detach from any outcomes. We need to detach from any ideas we have of this. I think we need to just give in to relinquishing our perception of the situation. Page of Cups to High Priestess. So I think Page of Cups to High Priestess. Page of Cups, okay. For Page of Cups, maybe we need to just rein in our emotions a little bit, become more of that High Priestess, believing in that fate, and, you know, not overthinking, not giving into this. We got the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles in the last one, and then we got the Ace of Cups, the Chariot. So this is about self-focus. We need to turn all this focus and energy, and I'm laughing because my microwave keeps going off. I've never had a microwave before in my life, but this apartment had one built in, and I'm surprised at how often I like reheat things because I have it. I don't really like that. I think I need to stick to my principles of, like, even though it's in this apartment, I don't need to use it, because I don't like the idea of a microwave, really. Like, I should just stick stuff in the oven, but then, like, sometimes it's in, like, whatever. We don't need to get into that. I think our gateway, our Chariot here, into whatever the situation is. If something's gonna get us there or take us there, or fate is gonna put it along our path or allow us to see it or be with it or whatever the situation, we need this Ace of Cups. So you really got to, in my opinion, work on those strength. Two of Swords. Okay, so yeah, we need to decide fully, totally decide that you are capable, that you can do these things, that you don't have to just sink into demise or accept defeat before you even know the story. And we can't assume what the story is. Again, just lay it at God's feet. Let Source handle it. Allah, whatever thing you call the energy, the electricity on this planet that interconnects things and weaves them together, you need to just lay all your worry and lay all your wants at its feet. I imagine offerings to a tree. I imagine this big, beautiful tree, and I imagine the emotional and spiritual work that I do is like the wrapping of the package, and the more emotional and spiritual work on it, the more elaborate and beautiful the wrapping of the package gets, and becomes more of a gift and an even better offering. And then when I feel it's totally complete and there's no more details I can add, it's great the way that it is, whether that's minimally or extravagantly. And I imagine myself just putting it below this tree and releasing it to nature, and, you know, trying to be held and loved by what's to come. I hope you all are having a great day. I know not every day can be great. Yesterday for me was, for some reason, really shitty. And it's usually about perspective. You can't be in a great mood all the time, and when you're not in a great mood, it kind of reflects onto your life in a lot of other ways. But here's to not taking ourselves too seriously, and here's to approaching things with a greater sense of whimsy. Okay, and I just wanted to leave one last note to say that we are oftentimes our hardest critics. Oftentimes we overjudge ourselves, or we're putting all this pressure and expectation for our dreams and our goals that nobody else sees. Nobody else knows your exact dreams or goals. Nobody sees inside your brain and gets the inner workings, or knows what you imagine, or knows how much it affects you. So we do have to give ourselves a little bit of grace in the fact that sometimes it takes longer to go through things, and sometimes we do need to sink into them until we reach the bottom, or until we clear out all that gunk. Kind of like when you get a scab and it gets really bumpy and rough, and it's almost eroding. It's pushing out all of that crud so that it can heal. And sometimes wounds reopen because there's healing that is done, and then it thinks it's done, and then it reopens months, years later sometimes, because it then is trying to then re-heal it or get rid of all of that scar tissue that it created when your body's immune system increases. So it's kind of these waves of something may seem healed, but it can go through different stages of healing and more healing later. And when you do feel like something is closed and healed, sometimes it does reopen, and it does have to heal again to be even better. And sometimes we get ourselves stuck, you know? And instead of just ignoring it and going about our lives, I think it's okay sometimes to let ourselves be stuck and get stuck, so that maybe finally we can find our way out of being stuck, as opposed to, you know, before, when we might have avoided being stuck by just ignoring it or using a distraction. But anyways, until next time, say love you.